Hey guys, YouTuber100 here, and I am so happy with that ending. WWE has finally done the right thing. Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank, and he won the title. Oh man, I mean, this just feels so great. I mean, yeah, they didn't do the right thing with Daniel Bryan. They didn't let him win the Royal Rumble. They didn't let him get in this match by beating Roman Reigns. But they finally did the right thing. They did not give Roman Reigns the title here, and I felt that this was just the perfect time to end Brock Lesnar's title reign, and this was just so great. Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank, and he won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Oh man, this is awesome. Yeah, so this is going to be some thoughts on WrestleMania 31. Just went off the air a few minutes ago, and overall, this show, it's kind of like half and half. I don't know whether or not to say this really was a good show or a bad show, because, I mean, there was some stuff on here that was pretty good on here, and there was also some stuff that really just was not so good. Yeah, and yeah, I'll talk about everything and when I get to it, alright? So, yeah, I'm just gonna start off. I'm gonna talk about the two pre-show matches also. Alright, so the first match on the pre-show was the Fatal 4-Way for the tag team titles. It was Tyson Kidd and Cesaro defending against New Day, Los Matadores, and the Usos. And yeah, I actually really did like this match a lot. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good match right here, yeah. Early on, Jey Uso just got hurt somehow, and yeah, he was just taken out of the match, and so yeah, Jimmy was left on his own in this match, yeah. And yeah, it was pretty good stuff, yeah. It was just, I thought all teams got enough offense here, and yeah, and I liked that there was like some interference with Natalia, El Torito, and Naomi in this match, yeah. Yeah, and at one point, Los Matadores tried to do the blatant switch, but yeah, the referee actually saw it. So yeah, but like the referee still let it go, so I don't know what was going on there, yeah. And then yeah, there was the awesome spot where, like, it was like a double electric chair superplex where you had was it Big E and Cesaro at the bottom putting both of Los Matadores in the electric chair, and then Los Matadores had Tyson Kidd and Kofi Kingston, I think, yeah, in the superplex position, and yeah, there was that, and yeah, that was pretty awesome, yeah. And then yeah, Cesaro got in a blind tag on, I think it was Jimmy Uso or one of the members of Los Matadores, I forgot who it was, but yeah. And yeah, Cesaro then got the pin. And yeah, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro retained the titles. And so yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal also on the pre-show. Yeah, I thought this was an alright battle royal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't really that bad, really. I mean, it was funny at the beginning. Curtis Axel had his Axelmania shirt ripped it off, and then yeah, everybody else in the match, they just lifted him over their heads and eliminated him first. Yeah, and yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, you had Miz and Mizdow double teaming on Alex Riley and eliminated him. Yeah. And at one point, like, Bo Dallas eliminated Zack Ryder, and then, yeah, Bo Dallas was, like, running around the outside of the ring celebrating. Yeah, the commentators thought that he eliminated himself, but yeah, he didn't, and then he got eliminated from the match, yeah. And yeah, there was where all three members of New Day tried eliminating Big Show, but yeah, Big Show was able to stay on the ring apron, and then yeah, Big Show eliminated all of them one by one, yeah. And yeah, there was a guy from NXT, what's his name, Hideo Watami, he was in this, and yeah, Big Show eliminated him. And yeah, the two members of Los Matadores were eliminated, and yeah. And yeah, at one point, I was actually thinking that Cesaro may have won this again. Yeah, he eliminated Kane, and he eliminated some other people in the match, yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, Big Show then eventually did eliminate Cesaro. And yeah, Big Show then eliminated Ryback. And then it was down to like Miz and Mizdow and Big Show. Yeah. Miz was trying to tell Mizdow that they should double team the Big Show to eliminate him, but Mizdow refused. And yeah, Miz was just constantly, he kept talking to Mizdow, saying that he listened to him or something. And yeah, Mizdow eventually then turned on the Miz and eliminated him. Yeah, and I was really thinking that Mizdow may have actually won this. Yeah, they were actually making it seem like he was going to, but then it turned in the end. Yeah, there was like the thing where it was kind of like a replay of the ending of the 2004 Royal Rumble match where Mizdow had Big Show in like the headlock, and he was like trying to hoist him over the top rope, but yeah, he couldn't do it, and then Big Show then just picked up Mizdow and threw him down to the floor, and Big Show won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But yeah, the Battle Royal was enjoyable, I'd say. And then we got the actual show underway. First match on the actual show was the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Bad News Barrett defending against Daniel Bryan, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, and Stardust. And I actually really did enjoy this match a lot. Yeah, I thought this was definitely the best match of the night right here. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, we just had a lot of good spots in here. Yeah, we had a lot of uses of the ladder, and I liked how they were actually like trying to do like recaps of other ladder matches. Like there was the one point where Luke Harper had the ladder like over his head, and he was like swinging it around, similar to what Bubba Ray Dudley did at WrestleMania 16. Like that, yeah. And there was at one point where Luke Harper powerbombed Dean Ambrose through a ladder and just right through it, and it broke. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like what happened with Shelton Benjamin at WrestleMania 24 in the Money in the Bank. Yeah. And then there was where I think Bad News Barrett suplexed Stardust off of the ladder. And there was like a bunch of other people trying to doing stuff. Yeah, at one point Stardust pulled out like a real special ladder that looked all sparkly and stuff, and then yeah, Bad News Bear just destroyed it and kicked off one of the steps off of that ladder, and he was nailing a couple of people with it. Yeah. And then yeah, Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler were fighting on top of one of the ladders, and yeah, they were just headbutting each other, trying to knock each other off, and then eventually Daniel Bryan then did knock Dolph Ziggler off of the ladder, and Daniel Bryan was able to retrieve the Intercontinental title, and Daniel Bryan was the new Intercontinental Champion, so yeah, that made me happy. So yeah, glad Daniel Bryan did win a title on the show. And then Seth Rollins and Randy Orton, I thought this was pretty good too. Yeah, it was a lot of good back and forth stuff and a couple of good spots. Yeah, had with like Randy Orton giving JJ Security the double suplex from the ring apron down to the floor. Yeah, and yeah, Seth Rollins survived the RKO, and then Randy Orton survived the curb stomp. And the ending was actually really pretty cool. Also, Seth Rollins went for another curb stomp. But yeah, Randy Orton was able to move out of the way, and then it just turned right into an RKO. Yeah, Seth Rollins was just like up in the air, and then Randy Orton just turned it into an RKO. Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. Yeah, and then Randy Orton won the match. So yeah, that was pretty good. Then next up was Sting versus Triple H. I'm just gonna say this real quickly. I forgot to say this at the beginning. Pretty much this entire show took place during the daylight, and it just really did not work out with some stuff, including like Sting and Triple H's entrances here. I mean, I was just wondering like why was this going on so early in the show? I mean, I was thinking this was gonna be like the co-main event of the show. Yeah, because yeah, I mean, this really would have worked out a lot better in darkness, even though by the co-main event it still wasn't dark. But yeah, I really thought that this should have been like later in the show, but maybe it was because of what we saw later on with Triple H. But yeah, I'll get to that later. Anyway, so yeah, the two entrances started off. Sting's entrance was like kind of some kind of Japanese style thing where a bunch of people had like their faces painted like Sting's. things and just like playing like there were some drums and gong and stuff. Yeah, and yeah. And thankfully Sting did not wrestle in a t-shirt, so I was glad that he didn't wrestle in a t-shirt, yeah. And then Triple H had like a Terminator style entrance. Yeah, you heard the Terminator 2 theme song playing, and then yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, it was like Terminator Vision or something, showing that Sting is the target. And Arnold Schwarzenegger popped up and said, like, it's time to play the game, yeah. And then there were like a bunch of like Terminator models out there, and yeah, Triple H was dressed as Terminator also, yeah. Yeah, there was Triple H's entrance. And yeah, wrestling-wise, this really was not very good. But it did have some awesome moments with some run-ins, yeah. Yeah, even though this was kind of a little overbooked, I will say, yeah. Yeah, it started off, just regular back and forth action, yeah. Sting tried to go for the Scorpion Deathlock early in the match, but yeah, Triple H was able to avoid it, yeah. And then, yeah, Triple H was in control for quite a little while, yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, at one point then Sting then did make a comeback. And yeah, he put Triple H in the Scorpion Deathlock, and then, yeah, DX and all came out. Well, not all of them, most of them. Yeah, it was Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, and X-Pac. They all ran out trying to help Triple H, and Sting took all of them out. And yeah, then, yeah, Triple H was then went outside, and then, yeah, Sting did a splash from the top turnbuckle down to all four of them, yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, then it looked like Triple H was in control, and then the NWO came out. Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall, yeah. And then they went at it with DX, yeah. It was kind of, yeah, it was pretty awesome finally seeing the NWO and DX finally battle each other. I mean, people have been talking about it for all these years, and we finally got to see it. Yeah. Yeah, and, yeah, Triple H had a sledgehammer, yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, Triple H survived the Scorpion Death Drop from Sting, yeah. And, yeah, Sting then got Triple H in the Scorpion Deathlock again. Triple H tried to reach for the sledgehammer, but Hulk Hogan took the sledgehammer out of the ring. And then X-Pac then, as Hulk Hogan was walking on another side of the ring, X-Pac shoved Hulk Hogan into the ring post, and then yeah, Kevin Nash then came and took down X-Pac, and then I think Billy Gunn then took out Kevin Nash, yeah. And then at one point Scott Hall tried to go for the Razor's Edge on Road Dogg, but Road Dogg was able to reverse it and yeah, throw Scott Hall over his head, yeah. And then Sting had Triple H in the Scorpion Deathlock again, and then Shawn Michaels came and gave Sting the Sweet Chin Music. And yeah, it was DX and Triple H's corner and the NWO and Sting's corner. Yeah, and then yeah, Shawn Michaels gave Triple H the sledgehammer, and then Scott Hall then gave Sting the baseball bat. And then yeah, Sting was able to avoid the attack with the sledgehammer and nail Triple H with the bat. And then yeah, Sting then just swung the bat right through the sledgehammer and broke it. Yeah. And then yeah, Sting was gonna go for a Scorpion Death Drop, but then Triple H grabbed the other part of the sledgehammer and nailed Sting in the face with it. And Triple H won. Oh man. I know I was saying that since Sting was constantly getting the upper hand on Triple H, that this was going to be a sign. But this was not the way to do it. I mean, seriously, just nailing Sting with a sledgehammer and pinning him, that's the way you do it? You don't even like hit a pedigree on him or anything? And you just give him one shot with the sledgehammer and you pin him. This was not the way for Triple H to win this match. It was not the way at all. And then the post-match just did not make any sense at all, and this just makes it even worse. Yeah, DX was helping Triple H up, and NWO was helping Sting up. And Triple H actually reached out for the handshake to Sting, and Sting actually shook Triple H's hand. Okay, it would have been one thing if Sting was reaching out for Triple H's hand for the handshake, but Triple H actually reaching out to Sting for the handshake. After everything Sting did to him, I mean, taking him out and causing the Authority to lose that Survivor Series, he's costing them the match against John Cena to get Ziggler, Ryback, and Roman's jobs back. And then taking him out again at Fastlane, and then beating down the Authority a couple of weeks ago on Raw. And you have Triple H actually reaching out to Sting for the handshake. Oh, that doesn't make any sense, and this just makes this even worse. So yeah, it really was not that great of a match, but it had some good moments with like the run-ins from the NWO and DX and all. Oh. Anyway, then next up was the tag team match. AJ and Paige versus the Bella Twins. Nothing at all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, AJ, they got knocked off the ring apron. She was lying on the ground for like forever in this match. Yeah, and then she finally got tagged in, and then yeah, at one point Paige threw Brie into the ring steps, and then yeah, AJ got Black Widow and Nikki tapped out, and AJ and Paige won. Then was the U.S. title match between Rusev and John Cena. I actually did like during Cena's the video that was playing before his entrance. That was like with the U.S. and all. It was actually playing the music that was used in the opening videos of WrestleManias 18 and 19. I actually did like that. And yeah, this match, this was good, I'd say. I think I liked the Fastlane match better than this though. Yeah, but I still thought this was pretty good. Yeah. Just kind of back and forth between the two. Yeah, Lana was at ringside for this. Yeah, and then yeah, Cena doing his usual stuff of his signature moves and the five knuckle shuffle stuff. Yeah, and Rusev, it was countering John Cena stuff too. Yeah, Cena did the top turnbuckle leg drop when someone's bent over. Yeah, he did that. Cena actually kind of did an interesting move here. Like, he dodged, I think, a clothesline from Rusev, and then he just, like, bounced off of the ring ropes and bounced back into this, like, a modified version of the stunner on Rusev. Yeah, that.